All right, well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the end of day market review for Thursday, June 7th, 2012. My name is Jason Waugh, one of the trainers and success coaches with Ideal Trading Lifestyle. I'm going to be walking us through today's presentation. Now, I'm going to apologize, but as you can see, I don't really have anything all up, making this look all professional and pretty. I ended up having to restart my machine and was able to just get this up as we see here. So it's going to be raw stuff here. There's nothing going to be edited. Yeah, it's not going to be clean or polished, but it is actually going to give you a chance to see how our analysis looks at the end of the day. And the purpose of this, or what we can take away from this, is how we can actually do this analysis and do it quickly and efficiently. The name of the game here is to make trading a part of our lifestyle. Hence the reason why we've adopted Ideal Trading Lifestyle. What we don't want is to be married to our analysis. We don't want to be spending hours taking a look and digesting information. Rather, we want to be able to just go into the various locations that we need to go to and make our trading decisions based on this. So taking a look here, we're at Yahoo Finance, and right now I'm just sitting at the main homepage. And I'm actually going to be able to gather pretty much all of the information I need on my news from this right here. First off, we can see that the Dow Jones managed to go up about 0.37%, with the S&P 500 down 0.01%. So it looks like we ended up with a fairly neutral day. And if I go in and I just take a look at one article here, I will be able to see that we ended up with some rises with some of the China's attempt to boost its economy. It did that. But then there was the Federal Reserve Chairman, Benjamin Bernanke, who didn't give a whole lot of insight into the marketplace. And as a result, he ended up keeping the markets a little bit slower, a little bit flat. As a result, we ended up with a neutral day. That's fine, though. We ended up with some good gains throughout the earlier portion of the week, mainly yesterday. And as a result, we can handle a down day like this. Moving on, we saw that gold is down. It's now down 1589, quite a bit. That's 2.68%. Oil is also down 1.22%. And with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at charts. I would say, though, also we could have expected a lot slower trading due to the great trading day that we had yesterday and some profit taking today. Right now, people aren't 100% confident in the marketplace, so any opportunity to take profits and call it a day is certainly on people's agenda. All right, so right now we've got our chart for the S&P 500, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw some of our significant points of support and resistance. Obviously, we've got this line of support right here, and then we've got some resistance right here. Going ahead and drawing some trend lines from our most recent trend, we can see the minor breakout that we had yesterday, which left us concerned as to whether or not it truly had broken out. But we can see here that we did end up attempting to extend our gains today, went right up to resistance, and is now coming back down. Although the MACD is still rising bearish with the black line over top of the blue line, we could still see a couple more days of growth, and I would definitely expect to see us continuing to test this resistance level. What we would like to see is we would like to see a breakout above this resistance point. By doing so, we're going to see two things. First off, we're going to see the markets breaking through resistance, which signifies some strength in the markets, but it's also going to signify the beginning of what looks like could be a new trend. And in this case, it would be a trend going upwards. Any trend where our cycle highs are getting higher and our cycle lows are getting higher is a positive sign. So having the new cycle high will be the first piece of that puzzle. From there, we'd be looking for a pullback, possibly testing support, and if its new low ends up higher than the point that I'm drawing right here, then we're into some territory where we're starting to see some more optimism. But this is all speculation. This is all what could be's. Now, what we know right now is that we have clear resistance overhead and we've got clear support below us. So we need to just continue to trade off of the news and see what's happening on a day-to-day basis. Changing charts, going to the volatility indicator, we can see that it ended up gapping down. Yesterday it closed at 22.16 and opened up this morning at 21. So it was certainly a great thing to see that happen. But as the day progressed, we ended up seeing it work itself up and eventually closing itself at 21.72. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet as far as our volatility goes. We would love to see it get back down below 20. But more importantly, you can see that the volatility indicator has been trending up. And we can do this by taking a look at our trend lines, which are trending like so. So we've just broken down below this yesterday. What we're going to see now is whether or not it's going to find support here or if it's going to break down below that. So definitely stay tuned and see what ends up happening. Again, we don't need to make any assumptions. We don't need to assume that it's going to find support. We don't need to assume that it's not. We're going to see what ends up happening tomorrow and then trade off of that news. For basic customers, that's going to be very straightforward. There's nothing on our basic watch list, so it pretty much means we are done trading for the rest of the week. If tomorrow turns out to be positive, we could take a look at some of those watch list picks, see if there's anything worth trading for Monday. Other than that, not a whole lot else to talk to, except for the fact that we had a good week. It definitely stirred the markets up, and now we need to see if it's going to have any grounds to continue those rallies. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a look here. Looks like we've got a question. Yeah, volume was on the quiet side today. Absolutely. Again, that was with some uncertainty in the marketplace and some profit taking from those that were taking some big gains yesterday. Good. All right, well, as per usual, we'd like to thank you for plugging in to the end of day market review for Thursday, June 7th, 2012. Have yourself a good rest of your day. Ciao for now.